You need to face rejection in your life. Rejection is extremely important. I am speaking in the context of mostly approaching girls on the street, in your school. If you like her, whether you want to make out with her, hook up with her, that's something later on you can decide. You need to have the confidence to at least go and ask her out. Okay, yeah, bro, I like her. I can go ask her out. I can go get her number. That's the easy part. Going getting her number is in fact the easy part. If you get her number, that's the easy part. But if you get rejected, that fucking sucks. It absolutely sucks. Because as men, a lot of the things we do, especially for our looks, is for women. If women did not exist, I don't think a single guy would care about his looks unless he was gay. So, rejection is a fucking stab to your heart or to your ego actually. Understand that rejection is actually really important. If you as a man can be okay with rejection, completely be fine with rejection, you do not need to worry about anything. 80% of your problems as a guy are completely solved if your fear of rejection is over. These social media dating apps make billions upon billions over this insecurity. It's not only in men actually, it's both in men and women of the fear of rejection. Women can get away with this fear because women aren't going to go approach guys. In a very rare cases that happens. If guys have the fear of rejection, it could lead to them being an incel, right? As because of this fear, us guys create about 9 10 different buffers. These buffers will give you an understanding of what we do to avoid rejection. There are obviously more buffers that we create. Every single person has a different buffer, but these are the common ones I see. One of them is long distance relationships. If you're in a long distance relationship, at that point of time, if you there's no foreseeable future, then that long distance relationship needs to end. I don't care how good of a girl she is, because she's not a girl. Then you're just chatting, texting. You would not be able to do that to 20 30 years ago properly. So you need to get out of that long distance relationship. Being in the friend zone with a girl you like, in the hopes that she will eventually one day give you what you want, which is probably sex, right? Do not be friends with her, because you end up getting cucked. She will go have another boyfriend, and then you will be sitting there waiting for her to even break up. So you're wasting your time. Go get into your dating pool instead of just take rejection from her. This is the biggest one in from my life. Messaging on Instagram. If I would mess I used to message girls on Instagram stories, and uh, if they did not like me, if they did not like my profile, then then she would just leave me undelivered or seen, and I would never even know about it because it went down in my DMs. So I never faced rejection in my life from any girl at that point. I mean, they did reject me, but they did not say, "Oh yeah, I have a sorry, I have a boyfriend on Instagram." They would just straight up leave you undelivered or seen. That didn't really matter. It didn't hurt at all, because you're like, "Oh yeah, she doesn't want to talk." But you're still getting the girl in a way. You're not facing rejection. I'll tell you why facing rejection in this sort of way is really important. A very common one I see, which we don't see, which we don't even think as a buffer, is objectifying the other gender. Women objectify men for success, and men objectify women for sex. When we objectify the other gender, when we think of them as not human, objectify means we just want we want that thing. We just want sex, not the person, but want sex. If we get rejected, it doesn't really matter. A human is not rejecting us. We're just being rejected by an object. Do not objectify the other gender, not because it's some feminist argument, but for your own sake. It makes everything in life less human. There is also leagues where if I see a girl who I know is okay, a league above me, I would not go approach her, and I would give myself the excuse that girl is way out of my league, bro. She's 10 times better looking than me. It does not matter. Girls looks are fading. They will forget about that in probably 2 days. Yes, it makes it is useful in your initial approach, But after that, it's your confidence that counts. Take don't no matter what the even if the league is higher, if you can pull her, that is your league now. If you want to go on the league based system. And the most important one I want to talk about is pornography. Pornography or porn is detrimental to people, guys. Because these other ones, you still need to work to get the girl. The end goal is sex. You still need to work to get there, right? But pornography will give you sex, the reward of sex, basically ejaculation, without actually doing anything, without going through the rejection, without going through ever talking to a girl. And then what happens is you become, what do you call, you train your mind to become numb to women's advances. Any person who hates women or is a toxic, any guy who hates women, I would bet you beats their meat. I fucking love women. I do not want to. I never would beat my meat because what I want is with them, right? Please do not watch porn. I'll create a separate video about porn. I really want to talk about this in detail, but porn is extremely detrimental. One of the questions I would get here is, why is it bad? Why would I, instead of doing this much work, Ronak, talking to the girl, facing rejection, risk of rejection, getting her to my bed, why would I want to do all of that when I can get the same feeling from beating my meat? Well, because it's not fulfilling. Any guy who beats their meat does not feel happy afterwards. If you have sex, if you make out, if you be with the girl, just protect that girl. You feel good, you feel fulfilled that I have done something. If you just beat your meat, you will never be fulfilled. I don't know a single guy who feels happier after ejaculation. Do not ejaculate. This is my opinion, my personal opinion, but rejection is completely raw. It's in your face. If you can learn to take rejection from women, you can learn to take rejection from other sources of your life as well. Rejection, what happens with rejection is a bad thing, yes, no problem. But the fear of rejection is even worse because it makes us guys not want to do a lot of stuff. It makes us pussies. We don't want to do it because we fear getting rejected or publicly humiliated. If you can learn to deal with rejection, you're going to succeed in life, my friend. Alright, that's enough for today. Thank you guys.